This printer arrived on May 3rd, 2025, but the story actually begins much earlier. Back in mid-July 2024, last year, an online friend of mine, Crimson Crafter, mentioned on Discord that he bought a 3D printer. Then he started telling me all the things he planned to print, and introduced me to sites like Thingiverse and Printables and so on. I started browsing them myself, and wow, there were so many ideas and clever solutions people had made for DIY projects, for hobbies, decorations, or just pure fun. It sent me down a rabbit hole, and I started wondering, what could I make if I had a 3D printer too? I imagined feeding my obsessive-compulsive tendencies with modular organizers, creating custom things that fit perfectly with what I already have, or just things that will make me enjoy my other hobbies even more. But there were a few challenges. The biggest is still kind of an expensive hobby. I had just moved into a new house last year and was still settling in. A 3D printer felt like a big investment. Then there was the whole 3D modeling thing. I wanted to learn it since university, but never really had the time or the motivation. Then 2 months ago, March 2025, I was feeling a bit down. I finally got my home to a place where I felt comfortable. And my brain just went, okay, what's next? I knew I wanted to travel, especially after not being able to for a while. So I booked a trip and started planning. But in the back of my mind, 3D printing never really left. Crimson's journey stuck with me. And I thought, maybe I should give this some serious thought? But I'll just wait until after the trip. Now I'm back. The trip ended in late April, and guess what? I still couldn't get 3D printing out of my head. So I started writing down every idea I had. And with each new idea, it started to feel less far-fetched. The cost of entry has come way down, and getting started is easier now than it's ever been. And maybe, just maybe, I could finally learn 3D modeling after all these years. But I didn't want this to be just another passing phase. I didn't want to spend a bunch of money and get bored within a year. So I set some limits. I'd spend as little as possible and let the hobby grow organically. I chose not to get the AMS light, which prints in multiple colors. I figured printing in a single color would help me focus more on structure and function. I also started with just black and white filament. That way I focus on practical pieces, not decorative ones. I'd be designing for use, not just for looks, if that makes sense. So when the printer arrived, I was surprised at how excited I felt. I hadn't felt this kind of buzz around a hobby in a long time. I talked to another friend, Wiko, about it. He said it sounded like the perfect evolution of everything I've loved. First Lego, then Minecraft, and now 3D printing. Maybe I really do just love building things. Maybe I love seeing something materialize right in front of me. So right now, I'm just basking in the joy, knowing there are almost endless possibilities ahead. Who knows where this journey will take me, but I'm definitely excited, and I hope you are too. Thanks for hanging out. I'm Jumbo Sale. Catch you in the next one.